Hey everyone, it's Ryan here. So this video is my review for Premier League, the 2021 Premier League season, game week 15 and 16. It's sort of the same as my last video a few weeks ago, where because of the frequency of playing, there wasn't really like an off day where I could actually just pinpoint stuff. Whereas now, after last night's game, because it's now like 5 to 10 in the morning, hence why it's a bit brighter, you can sort of see the daylight reflecting on my fridge. I normally tend to record these at night because then I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so this is basically from the 26th of December onwards. It's been an interesting couple of weeks. So for quite a few reasons, which I'll get into. Let me just get fixtures and results up. Right, so starting with I guess this is 15/16/17 then. Alright, I'm gonna say it's 15, 16, 17 because, like I said, because of the frequency of them. So, start off with the 26th of December, Boxing Day. Leicester 2, Man U 2, Aston Villa 3, Crystal Palace 0, Fulham 0, Southampton 0. Arsenal beat Chelsea 3-1. Considering how low down the table, I'm not doing very well. It's a surprise, but from these few weeks, we've seen that Chelsea's winning streak, whatever, has sort of come to an end. Man City 2, Newcastle 0, Sheffield United 0, Everton 1, and then on Sunday, Leeds 1, Burnley 0, West Ham 2, Brighton 2, Liverpool 1, West Brom 1, and then Wolves 1 and Tottenham 1. There's a lot of draws on that day. Yeah, like I said, because this one was a couple of weeks ago, it's just trying to remember some of the stuff. Yeah, it's another, I think, undefeated game for Man U away from home. It's a good draw for Leicester. Like I said, Chelsea winning. Man City, so I think before this, or like a couple of weeks before this, Man U and Man City were in the bottom half of the table, and they've managed to get themselves back up. Now Arsenal are sort of doing the same thing. On the 28th of December, Crystal Palace 1, Leicester 1, Chelsea 1, Aston Villa 1, Brighton 0, Arsenal 1, so another win for Arsenal. Burnley 1, Sheffield United 0, so another loss for them. Southampton 0, West Ham 0, West Brom 0, Leeds 5. Leeds did really well then. Man U 1, Wolves 0, and then Newcastle 0 and Liverpool 0, so it's another draw. I believe the Man City and Fulham game was called off because I think some Man City players and some Fulham players had tested positive for COVID. Unless they're later on, which they're not. Which, like, it was a really weird thing because they had that. Like, they abandoned the match because some people tested positive for COVID. But then 4 days later, Man City are playing. So Fulham self-isolate. But I think Man City had some... Like, they changed the goalkeeper because I think Edison was one of them. But yeah, they seem to be fine to play. So my guess it was Fulham, because Fulham is the only one that's not playing. Yeah, on to the 1st January, so the New Year's. Everton 0, West Ham 1, Man U 2, Aston Villa 1. So another win for United. Then the 2nd of January, Tottenham 3, Leeds 0, so the 5-0 sort of got cancelled out there. Crystal Palace 2, Sheffield United 0, again another loss. I believe Sheffield United have now the worst record in Premier League history, as in points. I think 17 games have been played by them and they've only got 2 points. They haven't even got a win. They've got 2 draws and that's it. Brighton 3, Wolves 3, West Brom 0, Arsenal 4. Like I said, Arsenal definitely getting back into the groove of things again. Then Sunday, Newcastle 1, Leicester 2, Chelsea 1, Man City 3. So it's another loss for Chelsea. I believe that's 3 losses. I know they drew against Aston Villa, but they've gone winless 3 times. Their clean sheet streak has definitely gone. And then the big surprise, last night, Southampton 1, Liverpool 0. Danny Ings getting the winner, former Liverpool player. There was a joke on one of these videos I watched where they said Southampton were going to be playing the Southampton B team because essentially a lot of Liverpool's players used to play for Southampton. Mane used to play for them. Van Dijk used to play for them. They got Lallana from Southampton. I can't remember who else there is, but there's at least like 8 players that have gone from Southampton to Liverpool. So that would basically be the running joke. I believe Ings used to play for Liverpool, so it's kind of ironic that he's the one that scored against them. Like, I know he's played for a couple of other teams since, but obviously he used to play for Liverpool. But yeah, it definitely meant a lot to Ralph Hasenhuttl, the Southampton manager as well. He was on his knees in tears because it was the first time that he'd actually beat Liverpool or actually got points from them. And like considering where he was 12 months ago with Southampton, he's done very well to get them like I believe they're in the top six now. Like that's how good they're doing. I know they were there before. I remember at one point they were temporarily top of the table, like first, second, but all the bigger teams are now catching up. But they're still doing very well for themselves. So I'm just going to get the table up for what it is at the moment. The next match isn't until the 12th of January, so there's a week off at least. So I should be fine for that. And then yeah, I'll do the same with that because it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So they've moved it off the weekend for some reason. Table right now. Liverpool are first with 33 points, but Man U are also on 33 points with a game in hand. It's just goal differences put Liverpool ahead. Liverpool, they had like I believe a 7-point lead, and like I said, they drew. I think they lost, they drew, and they lost, or they drew and lost. So Man U have definitely started catching up. Like considering what 2 months ago, people wanted Ollie out because they were in the bottom half of the table to then now be equal top. It just shows, especially with this season, just how much a win or two is important. Leicester are third with 32 points. Before this weekend, it actually looked really interesting to me because there was a lot of teams on 29. So it's sort of the same now, which like some of it's changed since, but you got Tottenham 4th on 29, Man City 29, Southampton 29, Everton 29. It's just like I said, it's just a goal difference order, and then you've got on 26th you've got Aston Villa, then Chelsea, then West Ham, and then on 23 you got Arsenal and Leeds. On 22 you got Wolves and Crystal Palace, Newcastle 15th and 19th, Burnley is 16th with 16, Brighton are 17th with 14, Fulham are 18th with 11, West Brom are 19th with 8, and then down at the bottom is Sheffield United with 2. They don't have the worst goal difference. That's got West Brom. West Brom have got a minus 28 goal difference. Sheffield United is minus 21. But again, 2 draws and 15 losses in essentially the first half of the season. You don't fancy their chances to stay up. But they are 12 points off the relegation zone. And like I said, we've still got half a season. So you know, to me, this has been like the sort of like the lowest scoring, like the lowest points season, because there's just no consistency from anyone. Like Man U have been very consistent lately, but how long that will last for, I don't know. I mean, look at Chelsea; they were winning constantly, getting clean sheets, and now they're dropping down. Like they're currently 9th. Southampton is 6th, despite the fact they had a couple of games where they just didn't score at all. Tottenham were top of the table temporarily from like constant winning, and now they're 4th. But like I said, it's literally between 10th and 1st is 7 points. Like that's literally the difference. And like even then it's like from 14th to 1st is 11 points. So 4 good results opposed to 4 bad results can completely change it. Yeah, like I said, I'm excited to see how every team does. Like, do Liverpool finally get a win again? Will Man U sort of positive streak come to an end? Leicester showing that they're title contenders again, but again, consistencies, they're sort of like drawing, winning, sometimes losing. Tottenham are sort of trying to get themselves back up. Man City are definitely on a win streak. Southampton are doing very well for themselves. Everton seem to slip a bit, but a couple of results are going in their favour every now and then, so we'll see what happens. Aston Villa again are 8th, considering they just barely survived last season. Yeah, they're doing very well for themselves. Again with Chelsea, if they start winning, do they become top 4 contenders again? Do Arsenal get into top 6? Like they could even get to the top. Who knows? Like I said, like this season is so unpredictable. It's like just the way it's going. I think that's why I'm enjoying about this season is like maybe that's a benefit for some teams having no fans there, is that there's no extra motivation, I guess. So you just never know who's going to win what game. I think that's what makes it very exciting. But that's pretty much been my review for game weeks 15, 16, 17. Because that's what they put on the Premier League app. Yeah, like I said, it's been a very interesting couple of weeks. We'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I shall hopefully see you in the next one.